Welcome to your first show in Black History Month. Happy February. Um, Happy Black History Month, man.
Was that like a a setup that you had waiting because you had
I didn't.
the camera angle? I couldn't read that. It's just like
So before we started, he was like, "I'm ready." I just grabbed a black shirt. I just washed some clothes and dumped them on the bed. I just grabbed a black shirt, flipped it inside out. Happened to be a Black Lives Matter shirt. And it happens to be the shortest month.
Is that the official joint? Is that the?
I
see. I knew. I got that eye.
We're not gonna talk about that. But
I'm looking at material. I'm like, that's some great material there.
You looking at the logos and it's a big fat letters and you looking at other shit, man.
I'm just saying that ain't like you ain't ordered that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't coming off of. You ain't getting that out of what is it? Fanatics? Like you're not getting that out. You're not getting that at the bodega.
I'm not a Fanatics guy, but I know what you mean.
I bet you don't shop on Fanatics much.
Of course not. It's expensive. That's why.
Oh, interesting.
So
they send me coupons all the time. You get those emails or not?
I am not signed up to their email, actually, sir. That's neither here nor there because on the first weekend of Black History Month, what happens? We have Anthony Davis traded for European superstar Luka Doncic.
The Slavic king himself.
This is, I don't even think this is a hot take. This is the biggest trade in sports history. I think by a lot too, honestly, because
circumstances and everything. Like when you look at it in full context, it's an insane trade.
I think it's number one because like I'm looking across all sports and the magnitude, and I think another reason that makes it number one, it's a mid-season trade.
Yeah,
we see these trades in the off season, but you're doing this, a week before All-Star break. And these are franchise cornerstones, right? We see teams trade them sometimes, but they get a big haul back. But it's not this because you traded a 25-year-old superstar, top 5 NBA player for maybe the best two-way player in the whole NBA.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year candidate could be an MVP candidate this year. I mean, this is probably one of his best seasons so far. I think this trade, this is one you just don't forget. My situation, I'm having a conversation, I'm eating, right?
Who we conversing with?
That's neither here nor there.
So we're eating and conversing?
We're eating and talking.
What it sounds like?
This is a sports podcast, a sports and music podcast, not so I'm eating and talking.
I thought the viewership would like to get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Eating and talking.
Yeah, eating and talking. I think that's pretty common amongst people. You eat and talk. Everybody eats and talks. Right?
This was, mind you, this news broke at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. This broke at 12:30 a.m. Eastern, technically Sunday.
You've never been at the bar with the guys eating late. Okay.
I got another question. Let me get my dramatic pause in there. As you're eating and talking and conversing, so you're eating and conversing after midnight.
After midnight is crazy.
On a Saturday turned Sunday.
Yeah.
What were you discussing? Your plans to hit sunrise service within the next 5 hours?
Of course. It's only positive talk in 2025 where, we're trying to become better versions of ourselves this year. So all of that good stuff. But,
Did you just lie to recaps?
I have goals for 2025, brother.
I didn't say you didn't. All right, let's keep rolling. We'll talk offline.
And that thing came across my phone. I got the notification. Bleacher Report came in first, and it said Anthony Davis traded for Luka Doncic. I thought, it was a little joke or something, or maybe it was a wrong app. Maybe it was Barstool tweet trying to be funny or something.
What they say? What's the new NBA little parody account? Was it Sin? What Sin? It started
NBA Centel. Yeah, they have a couple of those.
Centel. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have none of these guys' notifications on. So me getting that notification is crazy. I thought to myself, when was Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic in trade talks? When
there we go. There we really get to
it. When was that even an idea? You know what I mean?
Whose idea?
And I think it's Anthony Davis has played the most amount of games I've seen him play in a year.
Absolutely. The last 2 years, I think he's played 92% of the Lakers games.
Luka Doncic just went to the NBA Finals last year.
Yeah.
And he's a five-time first-team All-NBA player in 6 or 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Those are two guys that should never
I
be on
don't
the
think
block.
he's never not made first-team All-NBA.
Those are two guys that should never be on the block, in my opinion.
Ever.
And so I see them.
Last time he was on the block, he was trying to get out of New Orleans. That's a different situation.
I never remember a trade that surprising, that shocking, that big. And like that changes everything for everybody.
Both teams, for sure.
Both teams. That changes things for the entire conference, if we're being honest here. Dallas has to adjust their play style, as does LA. LeBron has to adjust his play style. Kyrie has to
get there yet. We can't get there yet. We got to stay on surface level reactionary. Then we can get to deep dive into what this really.
Tell me where you were. Your first initial thoughts at 12:30 in the morning, Saturday night. That's a crazy time for a trade.
It was insane, right? So Saturday night, I'm in my wholesome black man bag, laid up with the lady on the couch.
Oh my goodness!
What? I got an SVU. Oh, whoa, we're broke. Hold on, don't do me like that.
I'm scared of ESPN notifications right now. I'm on alert, bro.
You say I'm PTSD.
Yeah, I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen.
But yeah, so I'm doing the wholesome black man thing.
Okay.
I'm laid up on the couch, being the lady. She's already knocked out because she had to work on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Not at the point where I got my lady put up. So she's out here in the trenches grinding.
All right.
Gotta love it. So she's tired, had a long day. She's knocked out. I'm laying on the couch, got a decent sized couch. But you know how it is when you laid up on the couch. Tight quarters. So
background noise going on.
So I got the SVU going. So I'm locked in SVU. I've been watching SVU all day. I'm off Saturday. So sitting there, like we said, 12:15, 12:30 roll around. Phone buzz, boom. I'm like, okay. I got the Shams. I've replaced
Woj.
I've taken Woj off the notice, and he's been replaced with Shams, and that's really been the case. I mean, they both were there, but once Woj retired, I got Shams only. So I got the Shams bomb. Shams bomb sounds better than Woj bomb anyway. But
hey, Woj probably had that shit loaded up, but he had to that's not my
take his finger off the trigger.
That's right. That's not my life anymore. He probably had the tweet loaded, locked and loaded, and it's like,
yeah.
That's not me. That's not me.
It was the Nino Brown. What he said?
Yeah.
He had to lower the gun.
They said it was the Green Goblin mask was talking to him.
Yeah. So Shams tweet come through. I'm like, Luka Doncic traded for Anthony Davis.
It had to be a typo.
I'm sitting there. So it was probably maybe I don't know how the X sphere works anymore. But it's probably within 30 seconds of him pressing send that thing buzzed my phone. So I'm like, huh? I'm like, all right. I sent it out to a couple of group chats immediately. I sent it to you immediately. I'm like, yo, because I knew you was up to nefarious activities on Saturday night at 12 o'clock anyway.
Oh, man. But it wasn't because I responded immediately.
I knew you was up to no good. I knew you was probably, anyway.
And I think you sent. You didn't even send me the notification. I think we just sent words that bruh. I think bruh was the text. We didn't even send words. We didn't even exchange information.
It's just no way. Everybody's just face palm, right? So I'm sitting there, I get the first notification. I'm like, all right. So I send them out, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, I click it first because I'm like, I got a little notification bar. I click it, I'm like, let me make sure this is really, I haven't been sent-tailed or whatever. I click, I'm like, no, this is his page. I'm like you said, notifications on. So that's step one. So I sent it out a little bit. I'm waiting on some reactions. You and I are already rolling 45 seconds into the thing.
Unbelievable.
Then he follows up with and I'm sitting there, now I'm sitting there like, all right, like he ain't got the 2-factor. Like, come on.
He don't have the 2-factor.
Like, I got 2-factor. I ain't nobody. I got 2-factor. Like, how Shams don't have the 2-factor.
Right. I don't have his notifications on, but I seen the from Bleacher Report, and I actually had to look up his page. I had to go into the search bar, type his name, look up his page, make sure. I had to go and I had to look at the tweets before that to make sure like all those are still tweets by him.
Exactly.
Nobody wasn't tweeting.
When no Offset, I love men ass. Like,
yeah, so it's like exactly. I had to make sure like all his tweets were lining up.
Yeah.
And so I think
you own 2, 3-factor, 4-factor.
Exactly, and I think a tweet is crazy when somebody has to follow the tweet up with "Yes, this is real."
Like what?
He tweeted it regular the first time, and then he had to tweet it again like, "Yes, this is real."
I watched his interview today. He said he still has over 300 missed text messages from that night. And he said his phone blew up so crazy he had to start receiving FaceTimes from like the people like McAfee and like anybody that he really rocked with. He had to talk to them off his computer because he was like his phone like it was inoperable at that point. Like
yeah, he's one guy that probably needs a third or fourth phone.
It doesn't matter how many phones he's got, brother. They're all on fire at this point. Because again, we've traded one of the best two-way players in the game right now, and a top 75 player in the league.
Top 75 player.
Or another top 75 player who's just now 25 years old. He's in his year 25 season. So it's like, what is happening? Mind you, AD's coming from the Lakers. So everybody's immediate thought is, what does this even mean for LeBron?
And I think
so, bro, it was so cool. My mind was swirling, bro. I'm getting all these different answers from all these different texts from different people, and we're all just like it's like a brain lock. Like, couldn't nobody figure out what was really going on? But then I kind of feel like my immediate reaction was, I think this is going to end up being better for Dallas than it is for LA.
Wait, let's not even talk about let's not talk about the trade yet.
Get there.
I think that it's just because Shams usually has we usually have a word on the street, we get a few tweets.
There's some buzz in the air. Not quite Jimmy Butler, right? But we knew De'Aaron Fox was getting traded.
Yeah, we heard, this guy's looking for a trade, or we've heard some talks about them shopping this guy around.
Yeah.
We heard nothing about Luka or AD.
We talked about AD to Los Angeles for a year and a half before it happened.
Yeah, so it's like I think that's the most surprising factor because we think those are two players that 100% make it past the trade deadline and continue on with the season. Lakers, I think, are in 5th place, not a horrible spot, and probably want to be a little bit higher. But 5th place is good going into the All-Star break. And then you have 2 All-Stars. LeBron and AD are both All-Stars. On top of that, so
emerging Austin Reeves. You got Connect Four looking strong. You know what I'm saying? It's just
and I think
first year coach JJ Redick.
Like AD does an interview and he's like, it
wasn't one of those interviews.
Well, he's being vocal about.
He was vocal, but it wasn't one of those.
It wasn't
outlandish ones that
right.
You know who make them boys act outlandish. You know who?
Yeah, I do know.
Boys get in front of who acting crazy.
100%.
Shout out to that fine journalist.
I think AD, was just being vocal, not to say that he's unhappy. he's making suggestions, which I think a star player deserves to do
His
on
caliber,
his
right?
team.
Top
You
75
should, yeah,
player
you should at least.
this franchise.
I would like to see, I would like more of this in this situation. Not to say I want off this team. I want to go, right? But it's like that. I never thought that interview would lead to a
It wasn't that,
trade.
like it was a little like it probably ruffled a few feathers, but that wasn't enough.
That's nowhere near enough.
As Kendrick said, it's not enough.
And we're gonna get to him later.
Docket is full.
So let's talk about the actual trade.
All
right. Who do you think immediately won the trade off the jump? Your first. Who would you say is the trade winner?
All right. So initially, right, my first thought was Dallas wins the trade immediately.
Mm-hmm.
LA wins the long-term trade because now they don't have to do that awkward transition that the Heat, the Cavs had to do twice. When LeBron leaves, we're back for 4 years because we're left high and dry because we tried to put all our eggs in the basket to keep LeBron, and he ended up leaving us still, and now we're out there with Dante Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to NBA champion Dante Jones.
You know what I'm saying? Though it's like, so I was like, okay, the Lakers are like, it's clear. LeBron just went crazy in the Garden. Well, that Friday night, he went crazy in the Garden.
Yep.
And they was like, yeah, I mean, that's cool and all, but you still 40, and we finna have to figure something out, make something
100%.
change. They got another guy, another Laker legacy guy who could lead them to another possible, championship out there in the crypto, put it up in the banner. And he got a funky number that they could put up in the rafters still.
100%.
But after a couple of days of simmering, I don't know if I feel the same.
Yeah. So no. I just want to hear your first hour thoughts, whatever.
But initially, I said, okay, Dallas wins for right now because I love the way AD's been playing this last 2.5 years. I mean, he just gave Charlotte 40 and 20. I love the way he's been playing. He looks confident. He looks healthy. He looks consistent, and he's really had that look in his eyes like, okay, I can be this guy. It kind of looked like he was prepped and ready to take the throne when LeBron left, even though he was probably still going to be 33-ish when that happened.
I think he's been the best player on the Lakers this year, on both sides of the ball, and that's saying a lot. Like when you can put in that effort defensively and then turn around and give somebody 30, 40 points and then throw up.
I don't care if you're playing Charlotte, bro. 40 and 20 is insane.
Then exactly, and then throw up 20 boards. So I think initially I'm like, oh, LA probably lost this trade because I'm thinking LeBron and Luka, two ball dominant guys.
It don't go together.
It doesn't go together. And then AD is playing tremendous. Dallas has been winning without Luka on top of that.
That's the key, bro. PJ Washington looks super strong. I love Lively in his game. And everybody's acting like, first of all, like AD isn't first ballot Hall of Famer. Like he's going in without even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? For his accomplishments at all levels of in the sport of basketball.
Yeah,
and he looks almost the best he's ever looked in his career. Plus, let's not forget, that man is still in Dallas.
Yeah.
And by that man, I'm talking about Kyrie Irving, the most talented man to ever touch a basketball.
And that was the first thing. I'm like,
Clay should be good. Like they got real pieces. They got pieces.
And I thought, this is definitely a win for Dallas. Luka's been a little bit injured this year. And then now let's talk about after a couple of days. Mm-hmm. I'm like, LeBron might be the most adjustable player of all time. You know what I'm saying? He's played with so many.
Though, bro.
Outside of Kevin Durant,
I don't think he really moved off his pivot too much in his career. Everybody else adjusted around LeBron. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who didn't?
Yeah.
He ain't shown that flexibility to be like, hey, I can do what the team needs. No, this is what I do.
But
Get in line after me.
My response to that is, has a player ever been better than LeBron on his team? This might be the first time ever a player might be better than LeBron as a teammate. D Wade was not better at the time he went to the Heat.
He was better with him in the finals.
Who?
D Wade.
Yeah, he was better that series, but D Wade was not a better basketball player at the time. Kyrie Irving has never been a better basketball player, and AD, I think this
need him to be.
I think Anthony Davis, this might have been the first.
We're picking up a pattern here. Picking up a pattern here. Whenever somebody needs him to be the best player on the team, then that's when that's when LeBron's like, oh, I need you to be the best player on our team now.
No, but that's I don't think, but I also still think that never happened. I think players have had moments though. I think best player versus moments is two different conversations. Kyrie has had moments. We're not going to deny that. He's had moments. But can we ever say there was a point where he was the best player on that team? Is there a point where we could say D Wade was the best player on the team? I think Anthony Davis this year, you could say that he was the best player on that team. But LeBron still, he still mess around and give you 35, 9, and 9 on a random night.
A young bull.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think this is the first time. I mean, would you say Luka's better than LeBron right now?
Right now, yeah, I would.
Okay, so I think this is the first time it's hard to ever say.
It's like I don't really know though, because
and that's what I was going to say.
The intangibles matter a lot to me. As young men that had aspirations and goals and that have been, on the path and the track and have seen guys, take off and elevate to that level that we're speaking of right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's to really be in the trenches, ingrained with those guys, with the work habit, the work ethic, and seeing what has to be done and just didn't shake out our way. I have a greater appreciation for those intangibles. LeBron being in 22 and still grinding out like he's in year one, like he's still trying to prove to the world that he's going to be the chosen one, like he was labeled at age 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things, sustained excellence, Tom Brady and the things that he was able to do with the Patriots, and then to take that to Tampa and went instantly.
And so, we're saying that Luka is probably better than LeBron, but it's still hard to even say that, right? Because LeBron just has nights when he goes in the garden and drops a 30-point triple-double. You know what I mean? Like, Luka still might be better, but it's still not clear. But I think
you're going to have to put on, you need your contacts for that.
Right. And I think this is the best case for that conversation to ever happen. Like, Luka's probably the best case thus far in LeBron's career to say that, oh, this player is better than LeBron. I think we can both say this is the best teammate LeBron has ever had.
What I just realized. We're talking about how great Luka Doncic is. LeBron James has only not been in the NBA 3 years of Luka Doncic's life.
It's tremendous.
And he's been 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to call it, but you ain't going lower than 3 any year since 2003.
Yeah. And so back to when I'm thinking oh, this might not work, but I think this is great because those non-LeBron minutes right now look so much different. LeBron, when the Lakers are playing and they're up 7, LeBron comes out, now they're down 4, right? But now you got Luka in those non-LeBron minutes. And I think this is great for LeBron to be off the ball so much more, right? He's going to get open looks. I think this allows him to cut to the basket more. Once I start to think about it, I think this will be a good adjustment for LeBron. And I think he will be able to do that because he doesn't need to carry the load for the entire season at 40 years old. Like
That's
he doesn't need to be the guy every single night. You have a guy that's coming in. I think last year he averaged 34, 9, and 9, something close to that. How could I think LeBron adjusts well to this. Like Luka's because these are very high IQ players, right? I think we have 2 of the 3 best passers on one team. I think these are 2 of the 3 best passers, and I think these are 2 of the best rebounders for their position as well. So they're very similar in that style in passing and rebounding.
See, I think that's kind of where my trepidation comes in, right? It's like, these boys do a lot of the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I know LeBron's got to be coming up on the end, right? So you would think this is going to be a natural transition to Luka's team and him being the one that night in and night out for 82 games is the guy. And then, sporadically you have 20 to 25 games where LeBron can get you to where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, bro, which one of them has shown the propensity to be able to really do something different? I've never seen either one of them do anything different. Bro, look, Luka Doncic has to have the ball 95% of the time your team has the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about where he works best. There's not another guy in the league that could probably do what Kyrie Irving did, is to go there and be the perfect supplementary piece to Luka's ball dominant ways. Because where Kyrie is in his game and his mindset and his mentality, he was able to be more mature and look at it through like, okay, this is Luka's team. I'm coming in here and I'm to be that Robin role that I've, struggled with in Cleveland.
Well, that's what I think.
One second. But I don't know if Bron is. I mean, Bron's not that level. I don't know he's the all-time leading scorer, so it's gonna sound crazy. He's not that level of scorer that Kyrie is. He's not. He's not.
I have many Kyrie Irving conversations.
Listen, brother, I'm just saying it's what the man does with the basketball. LeBron, of course, 1, 2, whatever you want to call it. Kyrie Irving, though, is the most talented man to ever touch basketball. And it's like, I don't know if that is going to be due. That's the only person that you've seen be able to have success in that role next to Luka. Think about every other year in Dallas. It was Luka and the Temptations.
Yeah, I mean, who did he have?
The most successful he's ever really been outside of last year was with the Slovenia national team, and it's literally Luka and Slovenia. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's how he rocks. He's a, you know what I'm saying? He's a David Ruffin type. That's his build. He liked to turn up. He liked to show up late. He liked to do what he want to do, how he want to do it. And I don't know if that's my biggest issue. It's like, that's tough. That's gonna be tough. Yeah. And maybe Bron could mold him and guide him, but I mean, Otis couldn't do nothing with David Ruffin.
Yeah, I mean,
Waterbug couldn't do nothing with Booby Miles.
I got a couple takes on that one. I mean, we've had the Kyrie Irving conversation before. He's very pleasing on the eye. His game is pleasing to watch, right? You know, he has the nice handles, the nice layups.
It's art.
He has a beautiful basketball game, and I think he's probably one of the most relatable because he's 6'2". He's an under the rim type of guy. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, I can be that, or that. But I'm saying you
know that. But people that say that they're lying to themselves.
No, of course they are. But I'm saying first of all, you'll never be 6'9", 260 running a 4.2. You know what I'm saying? That's just God's gift. You cannot train to be that. But Kyrie Irving is an under the rim guy, 6'2", and he gives Steph Curry. The same thing. He's not the biggest guy. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest. He's not the quickest. But he makes it work. But I think Kyrie's game is just very pleasing to the eye. We love to he's a joy to watch truly because everything he does. I mean, from the shots, the handles, the finishes, it's good to look at, and we like to look at it. But LeBron doesn't get the pretty buckets. He's not crossing. A lot of it's straight to the rim or back to the basket type of or dunking or whatever. I think we tend to think a little bit higher of Kyrie than what he actually. I think he's a great player, but he's not a he. No, wait, no. He's a great player, but as he cannot lead a basketball team, we have yet to see him do that as a number one guy. The same thing goes with AD. We can't build these guys up like I said. Kyrie is great. He can't lead a team though. Like you can only be so great if that's not something you cannot do.
That's true. I agree with that, but I think you kind of missing my point here because Braun can be that leader. You know what I'm saying? That Kyrie or KD or AD can't. They don't really have that gene, or I can't really think of a better word.
The quality,
something like that, right? But I think that's also going to be to the detriment of this move because Braun is used to one spot, bro, one spot only.
Which is what?
The throne. What are you talking about? Which is what?
Yeah.
And I don't think, Luka, from what it looks like to me and from what I've seen, this has always kind of been my feelings about Luka. He don't respect the game enough. He doesn't respect the throne. You know what I'm saying? Just because a lot of his characteristics, you know what I'm saying? The whining, the crying, the disrespect of your teammates, the disrespect of your coaches, the disrespect of the referees, temper tantrums on the court, then the lack of ability to ever really look like you're in playing shape. Like Joker don't look like he's physically in shape. Joker don't never look tired.
Joker's one of the best conditioned players in the league.
That's what I'm saying. He don't never look tired. Luka looks tired in November. You know what I'm saying? Like if we get down to the fourth quarter, Luka looked tired in November. And he'll still hit a big shot at the end of the game, and then he'll lumber back down the field like, cool. I like it. It gets results, but I don't think he is going to be able to. I don't know if he can shake those habits 6-7 years into your career.
I don't like the habits. I don't like the narrative being created around it.
Not a narrative that's created, brother. You can see it. You can see
it. It is a narrative. He played probably 90 plus games last year on his way to the finals.
Everybody plays the same amount of games basically on the way to the finals.
Yeah, and I don't think you can be in terrible condition doing that, right? I don't think. No, wait.
Did he not look out of shape against Boston? Did he not look like he gave up against Boston? Did he not look like he quit or was disinterested?
He didn't look his best. I think Boston went into that series with a great game plan now.
Bro, it ended up too, but it was about to get swept, buddy.
Boston was the much better team. Let's be honest here. Like by a lot.
They were a much better team, but a sweep, brother.
Is it?
Absolutely.
What does that mean, though?
It means you had no business there. That's what it means.
LeBron has been swept.
And they had no business there.
They were just playing a much better team. That's all it means sometimes.
When you play in the Avengers, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just get but I'm telling you, bro, the temper tantrums and the blatant disrespect of your team and coaching staff, that's what I can't
What are you referring to with that?
Was that game 6? When he picks up when he fouls out in game 6 with to go, and he looks over to the bench and he yells at Jason Kidd, "You better fucking challenge it," even though you clearly fouled and you clearly was being lazy and clearly out of shape and clear.
I don't think that's fair, man.
Why not, bro? This is your character. This is your character.
Emotion. It's a highly emotional game.
It is, brother. But when you're in that seat, you can't do that. You can't behave like that. And I don't care who
But we've seen it happen with other stars.
it doesn't lead to success. Like who lashes out like that? Kobe and them got 40 balled at the crib by the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? 08 when the Celtics won the championship?
Mm-hmm.
They got 40 ball. Did you see him acting like that, bro?
Did we not see?
Just put all the blame on himself immediately.
Did we not see Travis Kelce push Andy Reid?
That's not the same.
Is that not much more disrespectful?
No. That's first of all, that's not the same, and you know that's not the same.
He pushed his coach.
They were 2 chips in already, bro.
But see, we can't move the goalposts here though.
Whoa, why? First of all, you can move the goalposts. You know why?
No.
Because when you win chips, things get different.
You cannot move the goalposts here, brother.
No, you can move the goal because when you win chips, when you're in a results-based business, when you win, things get different.
But we're not.
When you're the hunted, those emotions are allowed to flare to that point. But when you're the hunter,
we're not. But we're not going to sit here and say that's Travis Kelce's character.
No, but we see Luka cry and moan and complain every night, bro.
We see Joker do that shit.
Not like that. Not like that.
Luka probably does it a little more, but we see players cry to the ref all the time.
How did Jason Kidd get that job?
How did he get the job?
Because
he played for the Mavericks.
Because Rick Carlisle did not accept an extension offer to continue to coach Luka Doncic. He said, "I'd rather go to Indiana and do this. Start over from scratch."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's because you don't trade a guy like this for the compensation that you get. 1 first-round pick, Anthony Davis, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
You don't trade a guy of Luka Doncic's status, without
I agree.
Other things that we don't know. And I'm just going off of things that we can see, bro. Perfect example. Again, you're going to say this is the narrative. After they win the Western Conference Finals, what's the first thing we see?
What was it?
Luka in the hallway drinking a beer, and what Michael Finley do?
Grab a beer.
You know what that shows me? That this is something that they've had to discuss many times previous before this very moment. And just because we're celebrating, things don't change, bro. You can't just do whatever you want to do and think it's going to work out how you want it to work out. We've tried your way already. It didn't work. It hadn't worked. You've gotten success. But see, the thing is, bro, you got to have that. You know these things, bro.
His run to the finals worked. I don't think they were the best team in the West last year.
I'm cool with like a run to the finals, but I mean, how many runs to the finals have we seen? We've seen the 76ers run to the finals and never get back.
What 76ers we talking about?
01. Because they had it was 1, that was a bad team. 2, they had way more issues behind the scenes than we ever would know about. It's systemic things like that, bro. Why teams don't get back to the championship.
I don't like that example because, like, Eric Snow and like, come on, bro.
I mean, Dallas's team was better.
Yeah.
Okay,
but my thing is, in both of those examples, they're playing all-time great teams, right?
That's true.
Like, so I don't really.
But see, my thing is, it's not even about them losing in the finals with the 76ers or Dallas in my example. Either one. It's about the fact that that was the ceiling, was going to the finals. That's the ceiling.
So let me ask you, did you expect them to make the finals last year?
Dallas?
Yeah.
When they got to the playoffs, I told everybody, I said, look, Dallas, Luka and Kyrie, you never know what Kyrie's gonna do.
You never know. But was that your first choice to make the finals?
Last year, no. I would say I'm not gonna say Denver because no one wanted to talk about it, but them not having Bruce Brown was critical. I mean, I was definitely heavy on the Timberwolves last year.
Mhm.
After that, maybe OKC, but everybody knew OKC was maybe a year or two away. So I mean, there wasn't really a clear cut favorite coming out the West last year.
My thing about us talking about Luka's finals performance is,
It's not even the performance because I mean, to the point he played good.
and
Uh,
yeah,
But see the moments, bro. Those critical moments that see when you get to the finals, those small things, you know that they matter so much more than they do during the regular 82. Like, yeah, you can put up 35.
mhm.
If you're getting backdoored on 4 straight plays, or you're not in the proper help side, you're not on that help line, you're not rotating properly off the weak side, like you're not hedging or whatever the game plan is when it comes to that high pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? That one high pick and roll or that dribble handoff, and you're not sticking to the game plan. That's when those type of things matter, bro. And I'm telling you, all of that has to do with what happened, why he got traded because there's no reason that this should happen unless there's things that he does that the organization feels are detrimental to his growth. They think they've hit a ceiling with him.
So that's a great point. But at the same time, I don't think everybody in the organization was on board with that move. Let's actually get to that.
Mhm.
I don't think Jason Kidd was on board with that move 100%. I don't think Mark Cuban was on board with that move.
Mark Cuban's voice don't matter no more. You sold your stock. You sold your stake.
He still has.
You're a minority owner with no decision
I'm
making.
not. Yeah, but
Wow.
he's still.
You
But
don't
he's
even have a-
still.
you have a vote on the board. So
I'm just saying he's still a part of the organization. You keep saying like it was a unanimous decision across the board, and it wasn't. He didn't even tell his head coach. So I don't think it's like you can just say the organization was done with him. I think it was a couple people that were making decisions, which are the people that matter, of course.
Mhm.
But I mean, not including your head coach. Come on now. That's a little bit crazy.
That is a little bit crazy. But fair enough. But I don't think J Kidd was super against it, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Again,
Did you
J
see
Kidd
that
was
press conference?
brother. He always let's call it. That's the funny thing that you say that. But if you go back, there's never a time when he looked like I can't think of a single video I've ever seen of J Kidd where he looked like he was enjoying himself.
I think the tension in that press conference, so and the awkwardness,
It's just because like I don't want to be here, and I think that's a fact. He didn't want to be there.
But that's
So
like
I didn't make the
us.
decision, so I don't want to be here. It's like I get that. I understand that.
But that's like us turning around and saying like, oh, the board, if the organization wanted AD to go. We can't sit here and say that. They had an opportunity.
Yeah, I'm about to say the opportunity,
and they took it
because they realized, okay, LeBron's probably stayed longer than the Lakers ever could have imagined. So when they signed AD, when they traded and brought in AD, they were like, okay, cool, he's going to be our guy. But now we're probably 3 years past when they thought LeBron was actually going to leave when they first signed him. So now it's like, wow, AD's going to be 34, 35 when LeBron retires. He can't be our future. And that's why they went and got Luka or even entertained the trade because that's all that is. I'm telling you. That's all that is. Because I mean, honestly, AD's had as we know, a history of injuries. And
and I think
34, 35, you can't be the centerpiece at 30, 34, 35 when you clearly have a problem with injuries. So
I think us not knowing all the details of the trade is kind of like, when there's no official reasoning, no rhyme or reason.
But
a lot of narratives come up.
Michael Finley video with the beard, that tell you everything you need to know, bro.
We can't, bro. We're not
you know how these orgs work, bro. They put you on, they have these expectations for you. They got goals.
We understand that.
They want to track your your responsibility, all of these things, and you showed a blatant disrespect for that. Not even the fact that even if you do have the beer, okay, you got the beer in the locker room, cool, but you out in the hallway for everybody to see you drinking this beer, and everybody already they're saying he might need alcohol anonymous, like
but it's a bunch of ridiculous shit being said, bro.
Hey.
Like that's my point. We don't know the facts, so everybody wants to create these ridiculous, narratives because he got traded. Yes, I'm sure there are some things that happen behind the scenes that we don't know about. But then the extreme part is alcohol is anonymous, bro. Like, let's be serious here, man. Then he's 270
Got a question.
quarterly. It's ridiculous stuff.
How heavy did he look like off that plane?
He's in a fucking black hoodie and pants.
Okay.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy. I don't think he's
part of that Husky community too, though. So
I don't think he's 270. I think people are trying to create a bunch of nonsense.
I don't think either. I think he's 255, which is still too heavy, bro. He's too heavy.
I mean, that's him though.
No, it's not, bro.
That is him.
I mean, but that's what you choose to walk around at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's who he's been for the past, and it's been working. Like
and that's why Dallas traded him, because it worked to this point, but it didn't take you all the way there.
But we first of all, I don't like how we're talking about Luka because the guy's 25.
Yeah.
He's 25, and we're talking like he's a 31-year-old in year 12 that has not conformed. Like, this was his first finals run, and then we're talking about him like he's been in the league a decade long, and he's supposed to know everything already and have it figured out. Nobody really wins championships at the age of 25, brother.
How do you? Question for you, brother. How many guys have you really seen transform who they are from day one? Like, when you get down the line, when you get 5, 6, 7 years in, how many guys have you like really seen like transform completely?
In which way? Like,
mentality wise, productivity wise. Like, I mean, you can't even, especially in the NBA, bro. You come into the league, you're a star off the top if you're gonna be a star. Am I missing something?
I'm trying to think. For the most part, I think a lot of that.
Only guy I can really think of right now that's been in the league for hellas is just like came up out of nowhere and was like, "Yo, I'm that boy," and did it for a whole year. Is Norman Powell? He's a year and a half in, and I mean,
but no. What about Joker? He wasn't that guy coming into the league. Not even close.
That's true, but it didn't take more than 2 years before they was like, "Hey, yo."
I think we had some like, oh, he might be something, but like I think it took like a full 4 or 5 years before we were like, oh, he's that deal. Giannis, he wasn't that guy as soon as he got in the league.
But see, that's a different experience and a different experiment, and that's only because Giannis had been playing basketball maybe 2 years before he got drafted.
And that's fine, but it's like the standard we're holding Luka to at 25, and that he can't be this and that. First of all, who did the Mavericks put around him that he was supposed to really learn from? Like,
Jokic came in third in the Rookie of the Year voting. His rookie.
That's a good year.
It's a year. You know what I'm saying?
It's been guys that came in third that never amounted to nothing. Also, though,
but he was a second round pick, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, Luka Doncic was what? He went 3 or 4, whatever trade.
Top 5 pick, yep. Yeah. But I think the standard is like, oh, this is his first final, and then you're gonna put him around LeBron. Who better to teach you the way of the NBA than LeBron? And it's wait, but I think the respect thing is huge, which you spoke about earlier. Who's more respectable in the NBA than LeBron James? Luka already said that's one of his favorite players, and guess what? LeBron said Luka's one of his favorite players. The mutual respect is there, so I think it's super duper possible, almost probable, that he learns a lot from LeBron. Because I don't believe he's the guy that people are making him out to be be honest with you.
I don't know. So you think LeBron this last half a season and then maybe next year is going to be able to reverse 7 years worth of bad habits? And
everybody has bad habits, and people are going to be
Everybody, that's what, but
and
not
people are going to be who they're going to be. I think Luka can definitely take something from it, how to conduct himself, or
why do all your bad habits expose themselves when you're on the court in the heat of adversity? When you're in the face of adversity and it's the heat of the moment, why do all your bad habits flare?
bro. Once again, he's 25 in his first finals.
I'm not just talking about the finals.
What are we talking about then?
That was a magnification of it.
So what are we really talking about then?
I mean, he's had these flares and these flashes of these moments. You're like, why are you acting like that? What are you doing?
You can say that for a lot of players, though.
Ain't none of them won. Ain't none of them won. Except for Draymond Green, because that's his whole stick.
And he like, come on now. That's a great example.
Yeah, but he was never the guy. Ever.
I understand, but like,
he was the third guy at best. They turned him into Lance Bass when KD came. He was the fourth guy.
Bro, like I said, the dude is 25.
Yeah, there's time, but bro, you know,
he's
hard, bro.
He's in no trouble off the court. Can he change his eating habits? Yes. Can he be in better condition? Yes. I think.
Can you make yourself work harder, or are you always intrinsically lazy? Like if you come up lazy, aren't those people usually lazy?
People change though. People are able to change. I think.
Yeah, that's true.
That's possible.
You can't fight your nature.
But why are we calling him lazy?
I'm just saying. I was just using that as an
example. Yeah, I don't, and I think he
and you know what? I'm not even gonna because of the amount. In real world, he's not lazy, right? But to be the 1% of the 1% of hoopers in the world, they all call him lazy. They'll all call him lazy.
Why?
KD will call him lazy.
I don't think so.
LeBron will call him lazy, and that'll probably wake him up.
You're out your mind, bro.
Why, bro? If there's a standard to be great in the champion, and there's an amount of work. It's not quantifiable, but you always see it.
You always see it. You don't get as good as Luka Doncic is by being lazy. You don't average 34 in a league by being lazy. Nobody's done that, bro.
Bro, but
some players.
It's so much to that, and you know it is.
No,
because
this is my thing. Some players
we can talk pace of play. We could talk style of game when it comes to the number of 3-pointer shot that's going to inflate and bloat your number. I'm not saying he's not a great player. See, that's what the thing is. Like,
no, I believe you're. But
it gets to be that weird area where it feels like I'm trying to like shit on Cuz. But when it's that rare air, bro, like if you want to cross into those pearly gates, like there's certain things that have to be done.
Yeah, yes, everybody is not.
That's why
everybody's not Steph, KD, LeBron, and Kobe. Yes, we see their work ethic on display.
If you're never missed an All NBA team,
and you think he got that by not being a hard worker?
Five times All NBA, first team All NBA. Steph Curry has never done that, but you would 100% say Steph Curry worked harder than Luka.
I won't 100%. We see it though. We see Steph Curry hard work. That's all I'm saying. We see him in the gym. We hear the stories about him and being in the gym.
We don't hear these stories about Luka.
How many stories do you hear about Joker working hard, bro? I don't hear them stories. I'm gonna be honest. I hear him about his racing his horses and
that man dude. Hey, he a one man. Hey, he a one man band. I don't know what he got going. I told you.
Of course we don't. Like we don't hear about them people because they do what they do in whatever country they're from. Like that's not a thing that's on display, bro. We say yes, KD, all these American greats, we hear about them. They stay here during the off season. They link up with each other. We don't hear about Joker waking up at 4 a.m. I don't think Joker care about that though. Also,
being honest, is, bro, the level of play that he's consistently at, and I'm not gonna say because, excuse me, it's similar to Luka, right? it's kind of like this mystic vibe to him, right? Like because we don't know everything about him because they both just kind of showed up.
Yes, exactly.
But I tell you this, and I know Joker probably, playing in Denver does play to his advantage of just working out and training in Denver. I still to this day, we 8, 9 years in with Joker, I've never really see him flustered visibly with his team. And I think that's something that's very important when you're a leader,
Mm-hmm.
especially on a basketball team, because it's so minute and there's nothing that can there's there's only a certain number of guys that can really even get to this level. There's only going to be the 14 guys, 15 guys on the NBA roster, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when you're looking at a leader of basketball, like of a real basketball team, they gotta be even. They gotta be even killed. Just because of the fact that there's more game to be played, there's always a way to impact the game immediately. And you never know when your moment comes to impact that game. And I think Russ just too up and down. He's too up and down when it comes to, oh, we all in it, we finna win it. It's clear when Luka shut it down, you know he shut it down. You know, whether it be the second quarter, third quarter, or the fourth quarter, the last minute, overtime, you know when he shut it down, bro. And that should never be something that you could visibly see.
I think we're putting Luka. Like we still have to remember you go through these things at 25. Like these are 25-year-old superstar issues. I feel like we've seen this happen before with people that age. But also to my point, I don't think anybody's ever been this great, this fast besides freaking LeBron James. If we're being maybe KD, but even they haven't done what Luka did though. I think KD probably had a couple scoring titles and an MVP, but we're talking.
He made it to he made it to the finals before, maybe
Yeah,
1 year before Luka.
possibly, but we're talking five first team All NBAs. You know what I'm
But again,
saying?
that's when you got the ball 20 seconds out of a 24-second shot clock.
We're not doing that, man.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. That's just the facts. When you got the highest usage rate in the league, you better score some points.
That's not what that means. He's great regardless. I'm sure usage rate, but we're not turning into an advanced analytics show, bro. We don't respect those. This is not one of those shows.
When I got the ball the whole game, who else could be good?
What do you mean?
It's kind of like the LeBron thing, bro. Like before he went to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna say he had great teammates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he didn't.
He barely had good ones. So don't even use anything pre-Miami, brother.
But the thing is, like, how do we know? You're dominating the rock. You throw me the ball with 2 seconds to go in the corner.
Tell me which one of them was nice after that. None of them. Just keep it a buck. Tell me which ones was nice before that.
My dog Larry Hughes had some years. He had some years in Washington after that.
Come on, bro. He was a good player, but like
he's an all-star in Washington.
He's a good player. But like we're not gonna sit here and act like he was just one of them guys.
I got another theory on bro. We ain't gonna open it up right now.
Like
we ain't gonna open it up right now. Matter of fact, let's get into it.
Go for it.
My Bron theory, bro. He's of detriment to anybody that ain't 5 years older than him on his team. Now at this point, I wouldn't, that's kind of gone out the window. But them first, even in Miami, bro, like if you wasn't older than Bron, he was a detriment to your career. No rookies ever flourished, and it wasn't many like solid role guys. Like he turned Mike Miller into a solid role guy. Mike Miller was anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like
What?
I mean, I know Ray Allen was older, but turn Ray Allen into a role player.
Ray Allen came there to be a role player.
That's what I'm saying, though. So that's what I say he was older. So it's fine. But
what? How often do you hit on picks 26 through 30, brother?
they wasn't picking that. They wasn't picking that low them first couple years. Them first 4, 5, 6 years in Cleveland, they wasn't picking that low.
All right, so let's say picks 20. It's only a few.
You can go get a joker. Second round.
How many times has that happened? You cannot go get a joker.
You go get a joker out the second round.
No, you cannot, and you know that. And this
second round,
bro. There's only if we're gonna be honest, there's probably 10 to 15 good guys in every draft. That's gonna even make it past years 6 or 7.
For real.
And 5 of them are gonna be in the first 10 picks. So after pick 12, it's slim pickings, brother.
Slim pickings.
First and did Norris Cole have a great rookie year in Miami with Braun?
He's splitting time with Chalmers.
Anthony Bennett. Like, these are the rookies. These are the rookies.
First of all, Anthony Bennett was not direct.
Who was it?
No.
Andrew. It was Anthony Bennett was on the team, wasn't he?
We know. Anthony, I don't think he was on the team with Braun, bro.
He got traded for Wiggins, did he not?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the return of Braun, if I'm not mistaken.
Brother, my thing is, what young guys were really good after they left LeBron? I think actually Lonzo was good with Braun.
He was pretty solid.
Lonzo was good. I think Brandon Ingram still hasn't hit, elevated to that next level.
We're not gonna do that though, because Brandon Ingram, his first 2 years, it was like, oh, this thing could work. Like with him as the lead dog.
100%. But he still hasn't hit that next level though.
And then Braun came, and I mean, it was like stunning. And then
we're not doing that. I'm gonna tell you,
you get traded, but you got to think though, bro. Like
we can't do that.
He's a perfect example of a young man whose growth was stunted by a little LeBron effect.
So why hasn't he done shit since?
That's bro, like back once your confidence is shot.
His confidence is far from shot in New Orleans. He gets it, whatever. Nah, see, we can't do that because like if these guys were flourishing after LeBron, I would get it. But like nothing.
Them first 2 years make or break you.
Nothing happens. These guys do nothing after Braun. Some of these niggas best years with Braun and then they die.
Bro, first of all, mind you, I just put up a list of
Boobie Gibson was hooping.
I just picked. He wanted to be a reality star, bro. Let's calm it down.
And is that LeBron's fault?
No, it might have been. It might have been.
See, he just doing shit now. You just doing shit now, bro. Read your list, man.
Jalen Brunson, 33rd pick.
Mm-hmm.
These are all since 2014. Who's first on the list? Nikola.
Yeah.
Trez Harrell. If he wouldn't have had to beat a case in Kentucky, he would probably still be in the league.
I think he was a good player. He was never an all-star.
No, he was a good player. Very, very
good. He was a good player. Good in spots for sure.
You know who else was drafted in the second round in this draft? In 2015?
Who?
Norman Powell.
Solid guy.
He's going to be an all-star, gang.
He missed the mark. He might have could have made it, but he's always. I think
he'll be a reserve.
Yeah, he's always. I think he's always been pretty good.
But he just never had opportunity. Like everywhere he went, he was just the guy behind the guy. Malcolm Brogdon, shout out to Gwinnett County.
What about him? He's good. He was rookie of the year. He was good. 6th man of the year as well, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
He was good.
Your favorite player?
Who's that? Another good player. These are good. These are good players.
And then Brunson at 18. Herb Jones. 2021 finna be all first team defense again.
Solid. The chances of you hitting on one of those guys.
GG Jackson, he might need some fresh air out there in Memphis too. I like him a lot.
We got to see. We got to see more. We got to see it. We got to see a lot more.
Every time Ja get out the way, every time Ja do a little bit, GG Jackson get the.
Yeah. Like I said, we got to see a lot more. But the chances of you getting on a second round pick, first of all,
these are all 14. I just want to put those out there.
Cleveland had one of the worst front offices while LeBron was there.
I agree. I concur.
So
I'm not gonna argue with you on that.
That right there tells you a lot. A lot of players also thrived under LeBron. Mario Chalmers, come on, bro.
Thrive? I don't know if thrive would be the word. I think that's another guy who's growth stunning.
He was never gonna be more than a spot up shooter, bro. Let's be honest here. He was never gonna be more than that. Carlos Arroyo, like these are.
Ooh. Also drafted in the 2014 second round, Jeremy Grant and Jordan Clarkson.
Good players.
Shit, Jeremy Grant just got a max.
Yeah, these are good players. That seems like a pretty good draft. But this is not every draft, brother, and you know this.
Man,
you can.
My fellow dark-skinned brother Isaiah Hartenstein.
What about him?
He's second round pick too. Same, bro. There's good players out there that develop.
I think the chances of you hitting on that are way less than you missing, or excuse me, way more than you missing. Like there's a
miss it the 2 slot. You can miss anywhere.
Right. So it's like Bron makes a lot of people better. Mike Miller.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
He was a shooter.
Don't do that, bro.
He's gonna be remembered for his years in Miami.
What? You acting like you're 12 years old, bro.
I know who he was. He was good. He was a good player. I'm telling you why he's gonna be remembered.
You're acting like you're 12 years old, brother. You trying to tell me, bro? You don't remember Orlando Mike Miller?
I'm telling you he was good. I'm telling you what he was going to be remembered for.
He was
You have to have deep basketball knowledge.
Orlando Mike Miller was insane.
Your casual NBA fan doesn't remember that, is what I'm telling you. A guy my age that just watched.
I can't deal with that, bro. I will not.
You're not thinking in casual terms, my guy.
Nah.
If I ask
you say Mike Miller with the stars on the Orlando Magic jersey,
bro, they're not gonna remember that. Like, they're just certain.
He's out there with D Brown.
I understand what you're saying.
D-Mac.
I understand what you're saying.
We're going berserk here.
But like,
hey, shout out to Bo Outlaw too. He was on that squad. Good, what a fool.
It's some of these guys' best years was with LeBron. Mo Williams was an all-star, man. Ilgauskas was an all-star.
He was the franchise before he got there, bro. I don't want to hear that.
The fucking franchise. The franchise with the number 1 pick. The fuck are you talking about, man?
The franchise for that.
You're not a
Big Z got hurt in 2002. That's how they got the first.
You're not a franchise if your team has the number 1 pick. You probably don't have a franchise guy. That's what the number 1 pick is for. Getting your franchise guy.
Magic won number 1, didn't
he? How did they get that pick?
They had Kareem. So what are we talking about?
They traded that. Didn't that pick get traded to them? If I'm not mistaken, or they traded for Kareem or whatever.
I think Kareem was hurt.
And you can't name another Magic Johnson situation where you have Kareem and Magic like that. That just doesn't happen, bro. Like that's not a normal thing.
That's not. I'm just saying, bro.
You don't get the number 1 pick by having a franchise guy like that. That's not. Come on, bro. Who was a franchise guy before Cade Cunningham? Before Zion?
It might have been Jeremy Grant.
Before Zion, who was the franchise guy? Brandon Ingram? Who's a franchise guy before Ben? Markel
Might have been
Fultz.
Lonzo.
Come on, dog. What are we talking about? You don't get none of that stuff.
I'm not talking. I don't want to talk Philly, bro. They're
We're going. We're going.
They're despicable. All right, bro. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. So we way off course. The Spurs also made a trade in lesser news, but like I think it's still impactful.
I think they made the best move of the weekend.
Does this propel the Spurs into the playoffs?
For sure, bro. I've loved D Fox since the first time I watched him give Lonzo Ball hell they freshman year not in the tournament, but they played like week 2 in one of them blue blood showcases.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yo, they talking about this Lonzo boy. I said, this left-handed kid? I said, he's OD. And I've been banging the drum for De'Aaron Fox for years. I was banging on the drum for the Lakers to draft him instead of Lonzo. I was banging on the drum for him to make the All-Star team the last 2-3 years. And now that he done got out of that terrible situation at the Golden Ticket Arena, talking about like the bean. Now he's going down to a real.
I think that's no, like that. Their owner is one of the he's one of those ones that it's just hard to cheer for the way
Jimmy Haslam, Shad Khan, Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he's way.
I had Mara in that bag too. John Mara in that bag too. But
yeah,
after this year's Hard Knocks, he's got out that bag. I kind of feel bad for that bag. But anyway,
yeah, he's the Kings owners. He's one of them that needs to sell the team. From firing Mike Brown to trading a franchise player.
Damn, they're sending a text message you fired.
I mean, I think he was on a tarmac or something.
On the way to the plane, bro.
On the tarmac. I do like the De'Aaron Fox trade because he's I wouldn't argue if I say he was top 5 at his position.
He just can't never make the All-Star team just good.
But and it's also it's just so many good point guards in the NBA that if you're top 5, you're a superstar or borderline superstar.
He's definitely that, bro. He's gonna light it up in San Antonio with him and Wemby. They get the ball out of Wemby's hands a little bit,
and they the
ball too much.
I think I don't know how the Kings make that trade. They get none of the young Spurs guys. They don't get Chris Paul. Like, will they get 1 or 2 picks?
Don't get Vassell. Don't get Stephon Castle.
They don't get Vassell, Castle, Paul. They let them keep.
Hey, you get so high.
He got freaking Zach Collins, man, and Trey Jones. I mean, that's one of the most lopsided trades I've ever seen.
And they also who's they bring? Who they bring from Chicago? That third team.
Oh, Zach LaVine to the Kings.
We've seen that already.
Yeah, we've seen him and DeRozan. But like now they exactly what they need is exactly what they didn't get, which is a facilitator for him, Sabonis, DeRozan. Chris Paul would have been perfect right there in that situation. But I don't know, you somehow leave him off the table. And moving into more trade news or non-news, Jimmy Butler. I mean, can we just get this over with? I feel like we're doing too much for a guy that I don't think is worth
with his money, bro. I don't like that part.
Why? He's caused problems everywhere he went. He's a problematic guy. Whether you hate him or love him. He forced his way out in Philly, in Minnesota.
Nah, but see the thing, they signed Tobias Harris, bro. That's what they did.
They did. Okay, I won't blame Philly on him.
They maxed out Ben Simmons, and then they were left with being able to afford Tobias Harris.
Let me rephrase that. He doesn't leave quietly
anywhere.
I think the Heat situation has been the nastiest of them all.
Minnesota was quite treacherous.
When he walked out of that practice, that was I think that needs a 30 for 30.
That was quite treacherous. That might have only been 30 minutes, but boy, it needed a full 30 for 30.
But it's like what he's doing in Miami. He warmed up and then he went home. You know what I mean? He warmed up and then he went home. He's not I think they said
To play.
in the playoffs last year, he didn't even stay in the team hotel. He stayed at a mansion like 30 miles away. I think that was whoever it was.
Liability, bro. That's
Yeah, and
liability.
then I don't know if you,
car accident. Like it's liability issues here, bro.
I don't know if you heard or you saw.
Nichols cheeks during the bubble.
Oh my, all right, bro.
He's probably.
Hey, come on. We're not. We're
I
moving
thought we was
on.
this type of pod.
Nah, man, I didn't. We like to go off facts. There's still speculation in the air on that one.
Okay. I thought we like, where there's smoke, there's fire.
There usually is. That's a married woman.
Everywhere there's a thick redheaded white woman, there's a black man somewhere thirsty.
Oh wow, you went there, bro. That's crazy. Those are those are.
Wait a minute. Well, let's slow down a little bit. Like why did you what was that the word you chose?
What?
That's where you took that with it. Why was that the exact phrase you went with?
Yeah, that was a certain way to describe a seasoned reporter.
Okay,
I'll
let that pass.
Yeah, we're gonna move on. But
we are.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
There's no smoke. I think. But they did an interview with Pat Riley, and this guy said, Jimmy Butler skipped the team Christmas party. And
I'm not big on the team Christmas party either.
I'm not either. But his wife was throwing a Christmas party. And it's a heat culture family type of thing, and it's optional, but it's mandatory.
You spit in his face type thing.
Exactly what happened. He upset.
So you don't like my wife's cooking?
He upset his wife, and so
my wife. She said when she's crying tears, she's emotional because you don't come to the Christmas party, Jimmy.
And we know what type of guy Pat Riley is. He's running the show. He doesn't stand down for nobody. Like he has full control.
I've always had very interesting feelings about Pat Riley ever since. Shout out to a great movie called Glory Road. When I found out he was on that Kentucky team, I always kind of looked at him side.
Oh man. I think he's just.
I said you was on that team.
He's been successful his whole career, and the way he does things works, whether that's as a player, as a coach, as a GM, as an owner, whatever it is. But you
on that team, Pat.
All right, man.
What do you say?
And then we saw how LeBron left Miami, which left a bad taste in his mouth. And ever since that day, he's not going to let something like that happen again. He's running the show from there.
Does that come from his Lexington roots? What's going on here?
Yeah, it probably does, to be honest. He's a very hands-on owner. Like, he has his hands in all the operations.
Whoa. Freudian slip. The way he carries himself, it makes you think he's the owner. He's not.
He's not the owner, but
go ahead, continue.
But Mickey Arison is the guy that has nothing to do with any decisions being made. He takes his profit. He does his cruises. He lines up the Carnival cruises, and that's his business.
Set the price on the hot dogs.
Yeah, he does. He has no involvement in the
bird flu. Got the price of eggs.
Yeah, he's the opposite of Jerry Jones. He's all the way hands off with his team,
which seems to be the way to
go. So let's actually talk about that. We had a couple new NFL coaching hires.
Hold on. Can we stay on basketball for just a second?
Sure.
Can we talk about how North Carolina shit the bed against Duke the other day? My God. They were down 32 points, brother.
My guy won't be there much longer.
Hubie Doobie?
Time's up.
Hey, that's why I'm out here working. This
I'm
out here on Tobacco Road, and The seat is hot.
It's scorching at this point.
It is hot, and like, and my thing is right. I don't really blame Hubert for the issues that they're having right now. I really, when your lead dog isn't a dog, that's a problem.
And they haven't had a one like that in a long time.
I mean, Caleb Love was the biggest dog they had, and then they
and
like he was the cancer.
he might not be a top 25 player in North Carolina history.
Exactly, but he was the lead dog and hit the biggest shot, maybe the second biggest shot in Carolina history. Just because he ended Coach K's career in the Final Four to go to the Natty.
It's a great shot. They did just get they just got a big commitment though from I can't remember the guy's name.
They need it. He better be big. He better.
Yeah, I think that's the last chance for.
I've been saying it since before this year started because I kind of felt like Carolina was going to have a year like this. I love Ian Jackson's game. I really do. Mm-hmm. I just think he got kind of caught in an awkward time in Carolina history. But I said this before the season started. A lot of guys out here, I'm dealing with diehards on both sides and NC State every day, all day. They wanted to argue with me. Oh, I'm crazy. I'm making things up. But I said before the season started, I said, if Carolina doesn't make it back to the Final Four this year or next, he's done, bro. Like, and that's the floor. It's because it's just not working. It doesn't seem like the guys are interested. They don't seem like they're cohesive. They don't seem like they. I mean, Jay Williams pointed it out during their loss at Virginia Tech? Who they used to lose to recently? But it was late in the game, bro. It was a 4-point game with 35 seconds left. Oh, it was Pitt. They lost to Pitt. RJ Davis tried to shoot a 3, or Cadeau tried to shoot a 3. It got blocked. Ball goes out of bounds. You see Pitt, in college basketball, they love a huddle. They love a 5-man quick huddle while the ref's setting the ball out of bounds or whatever. Pitt, they go to huddle. Carolina, they got 5 guys in 5 different spots. They end up turning the ball over, go down, foul Pitt. What happens again? Out Pitt's, they got their huddle on the free throw line, and instead of being beneath the dotted line, 5 Carolina players in 5 different spots. Again, they tried to say Caleb Love was the issue. It was the cancer. He wasn't the problem, bro. There's another problem in that locker room, and when you don't have, it doesn't matter how great your coach is, how good your coach is, if you don't have that leadership within the locker room, and this kind of circles back to the Luka topic. If you don't have your lead dog as the lead when it comes to basketball, you're going to be in a bad way, bro. And that's kind of why KD has kind of had the path he's had. It's why a lot of other guys have kind of had the path they had. They have great talents, but they don't have that lead dog in them to take their team to the next level. And now Carolina's on a they got chopped cheesed.
Yeah, I think they've had maybe the worst changing of the guard out of all the big time schools.
Because, Buddy, this is kind of their thing though. Because when Dean left, the next guy, I think he only lasted 2 years. They got him. Mm-hmm. They got him out there because he was chopped. But I sent one of my boys a message. Right, we posted up. It was Tuesday night. We was at his crib, whatever. Matter of fact, it might have been the weekend before, so it was probably Sunday because we was watching NFL. We sitting there chilling, and we was talking about how the game was getting ready to come up next Saturday, and I watched North Carolina lose to Pitt, and I watched Duke blow out another team. And I text because Tuesday, January 28th at 11:41 p.m. I said, bro, Duke might win by 30 on Saturday. And I'll be damned. I looked up, they was up 32 points in the second half. He talked about something. We gonna see. I didn't even text him back after he said we gonna see. I just added the laughing emoji onto my message. But it was once the score hit 32, I sent the little laughing emoji on my message.
So does he make it to next year? Is the question.
I think he would make it to the next year.
I think that recruit saved him, just to see if they could get some sense of North Carolina back. It doesn't feel like North Carolina anymore.
And it's NILs because of portal, all of these
the
things,
tradition is
well as
lost.
the change over from Roy. Like there's a whole bunch that goes into this.
I mean,
boy, oh boy.
yeah, I think the NIL has just shaken things all the way up.
This got college sports in shambles, bro.
I mean, we had the number one player go to BYU. A black man from Boston, from Brockton.
Yeah, but see, he's been trying to sell. He got on First Take and tried to sell this Boston Richie outlook on persona, brother. We know who you are.
Yeah, but I mean,
there's one thing we know about you, brother.
And BYU is just a place you don't go as a number one player in the nation for reasons outside of basketball.
Or as a black man in general.
As a black man and as a top player, for reasons outside of basketball. But I guess that's one place you can focus.
But yeah, he is at Utah Prep or whatever now. But yeah. No, brother. We learned a lot I didn't know too much about you, but I learned a whole lot more than
all right, bro.
About you.
You
sitting up there with these VVS's on.
Hey man, it's starting to sound a little bit personal.
Right, he up there with these VVS's on.
We're not gonna tear that young man down.
Look like the next.
It was just, I think we were both just very shocked to see.
He tried to get on ESPN to sell this YN vibe, like
yeah.
That's not. Fixed his list. He was going to BYU.
That's not working at Brigham Young University, brother.
Yeah, bro. You better put your khakis on, son.
Get in your Bible.
Get your Ferris. Make sure you're
so I got a question then. Glad you brought up college basketball.
Mormons don't read the Bible; they read the Book of Mormon. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Number one pick. Are you sold on Cooper Flagg? Because I'm starting to look. Ace Bailey.
I like Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey.
But Cooper is really nice, bro.
I think I was having that conversation the other day. I think he's good at a lot of things. Is there something he's great at, though? But his potential, man, is the best thing about him.
Like, free throw line extended and in, that's where he's great. Like, that's where he's great. Like, that mid-range, he got a nice mid-range game. He could do, like, everything really, really good.
Yeah, but, like, great. Like, he's the best at this.
That's a fact, though. Like, but, I mean, it's hard to say.
Dog, we know Ace Bailey's the best scorer in the nation.
That's a fact.
I think he's the best shot creator in the nation. He's the best shot maker in the nation.
Yeah, but basketball ain't just shots, though.
It ain't just shots, but like your number one pick, sometimes it's just shots, bro.
Well, check this out. So against NC State and against Carolina these last two games.
He played Michigan, I thought. Oh, you talking about Cooper Flagg?
Yeah, Cooper Flagg.
Okay.
Averaging 24.5 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 2.5 steals. 2 steals and 1.5 blocks.
Great numbers.
That's OD. And like, but see, the thing is, like,
that's just a 2-game stretch.
Dog.
That's great though.
You're averaging 24.5 points in college.
That's great.
In 2 games, I don't give a damn how many games. College, bro.
Bro, we seen Ace average 30 something in a 2-game stretch. 34.
But I'm saying, like, he's checking every box. He handled the ball way better than I thought he'd do. He played way better defense than I thought he did.
I do like his game. It's just so hard to, like.
This starting to sound personal.
It's not, though, but it really is really difficult to see if this person's game just translates that great to the league. Like, we've seen some of the best college players just become a role player in the league. But this is a number one pick we're talking about.
And the boy just turned 18 December 23rd.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I love it.
Bailey might be 2 years older than this month.
The Cooper Flagg's potential, I see it. Like,
it's astronomical, bro.
It's the potential is everything you want. But like they don't always reach that potential though at the same time. And
But you know what? But I know this ain't gonna really help my case, right? He gives me more advanced Jabari Parker vibes, bro. Like more complete,
More complete.
more complete, more complete than Jabari.
Duke. I mean,
Jabari always was a little slow on defense.
Duke has been pretty.
He didn't protect the rim. Like I mean, he protected the rim, bro.
Duke has been pretty good on their last couple of number 1 and 2 picks, though. You know, Paolo,
And then what's it called?
Kyrie.
Who we don't even realize even went to Duke because he got hurt. The boy Jalen Johnson out of Atlanta, he was there.
I forgot all about.
That's where he went to school, but he only played maybe 10 games.
So, yes or no, number 1 pick, Cooper? Are you going with Cooper? Ace Bailey's tough.
Depends on what team I am, though. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what team.
Okay, that's fair.
Because if I'm Washington, I don't need another guard, bro.
I mean, there ain't no good guards on that team to begin with.
But I'm saying I don't need another guard to throw that.
You just need a good one, bro. They don't have any good ones. That's the problem.
And then but if it's I'm trying to think who else. Utah, does Utah take Ace Bailey? They got Colin Sexton.
You know who Utah takes.
You know who Utah takes. They just put this in.
You know who Utah takes.
Utah took the Book of Mormon the year before.
Come on, man. You know they to pair him with Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen.
Oh, brother, don't forget Kyle Filipowski.
And then exactly, yeah.
Speaking of the Book of Mormon,
that's a 12-hour pod, brother.
That's all I say. We already an hour 30. And we can't.
We can't. We gotta.
You haven't do your own research on Kyle Filipowski.
Yeah,
his relationship with his young lady, not so young lady.
Yeah, I was about to say this old lady actually. No,
me and my old lady was sitting on the couch because she didn't really know, and it was maybe a month and a half ago, and I really was going breaking this down and reading the article. She was like, "Oh my god!" She was like, "This lady is a pervert." I said, "She is."
That's a great study on patience, right? That is crazy.
The boy didn't got hit with the.
We can't stay on that one, man.
John Wayne Gacy, he didn't got hit with.
We can't stay on that one.
We gotta get matter of fact, you know what? I would say free Filipowski, but he tried to. We was in the locker room.
He don't want to be free, bro.
He tried to snap on me one day. You ain't let me finish my question.
No. We get
okay.
Yeah, no. We not been.
Now I have an agenda.
Exactly. We're not gonna take it there.
And now I have an agenda.
But
no, I mean, you did it for me, so congratulations.
No.
You say
what was I gonna say? Oh,
you say the first 7-foot grown man to get kidnapped. The hell out of here.
Crazy. I don't want to stay on it too long. NFL, really quick. This is a big week coming up. Before we get into that,
so let's roll before I get fined.
Yeah, I don't. We had a couple head coaching hires. I think there's only 2 that we really need to talk about. First is the Cowboys one, which I don't think they did anything with that one. Somehow they always make the worst decision possible. And it's just the Cowboys. I don't even think we don't really need to talk about it because it's the Cowboys being the Cowboys.
Who's made the worst move in Dallas in 2025?
Oh wow, that's a city full of bad management, man. Now that you say that, that Cowboys one might set them back even further.
Brother, they were in the shit. You say they were in the latrine to start.
Yeah, and this guy hasn't been a successful head coach previously. On top of that,
never been a head coach. Been an assistant coach for 30 years.
And then I think, so that's honestly a nothing story. The Cowboys are going to do Cowboys things, right?
Every time. It doesn't matter whether Dak Prescott rip his hamstring off the bone. Mike is going to have a good year. Trayvon is going to have back spasms. We already know how this goes.
Yeah, okay. And then the other one I want to talk about is Mr. Liam Cohen. Is it?
Oh.
Wow. What a guy, man.
What do you say?
You take one job and you're still interviewing for the other job You're dodging your job like a
You're not calling. We say no call, no show.
No call, no show, and then you take the other job.
After you said you wouldn't go.
I think that's a proper way to do a head. Get a new job. Make sure you secure that other job first, and then you still go on that interview.
Man's in my job just pulled that shit last week,
Bro, I think that's probably one of the craziest things I've seen.
Hold on, this story is gonna blow your mind. So, last week, last Friday, we had, for everybody that don't know, I work at the TV station. One of our photographers, he put in his notice. He gave him a 1 week notice, right? Because he had already got a job at another station. So he put his 1 week notice in January 24th. Mind you, my manager, she wasn't even in the office nowhere, but he sent her an email. Boom. So Monday, the 27th, he come to work. They try to send him out on assignment. And the reporter that tried to send him out on assignment, he looked at me and said, "I'm not doing nothing today." Then he went to the management's office. They got the argument, and then he left. They sent an email out by 1:30 talking about some. Yeah, he put his notice in on Friday. He came in today. He's done. I say, this is crazy. So that's basically what your man Liam just did.
He these organizations don't.
But their owner was on that list that I named, Shad Khan.
Yeah,
he in that Jerry Jones bag.
He tried to
in that Dolan bag.
Yeah, he said on a Zoom call with the coach, you're gonna get fired if
it's the GM, the bulky.
The GM. He said you're gonna get fired if my head coach asks you to get fired. And you said that on his nobody's
look how we looking right now on the Zoom.
And I'm saying, oh, you're gonna get fired if somebody else take the job. That's crazy. What kind of owner is that? So I'm not mad he did the Jaguars dirty. Shad Khan is he's really a piece of work and has been for years. And I think that Buccaneers job.
His man's is?
Who's up?
From the Kings. That's his man's.
Exactly. Yep. You exactly right. And I think that Buccaneers job was a better job to take. They have a much better future on top of that. And
better quarterback.
They have a better it's just a better ran organization at the same time.
Yeah.
And a better city nonetheless. But you're down the street also. So
you say everything's reachable.
Yeah. So, stay on your P's and Q's down there. One more I wanted to talk about Ben Johnson going to his division rival.
With Liam, though, with this whole black man skin he be trying to put on. Can we talk about that? I thought you wanted to talk about the real.
Talk about it.
We actually pop.
Talk about it.
This dude, who does he think he is? It's he got from a Family Guy when they just zip off the black skin. That's what he tried to do. He unzip his black skin and he's a white Liam Cohen. But when he walk into the building, into the locker room, he zip his black skin up to talk to his 53 players. He came in with the Jordan 1 lows on. He thought he was. What old buddy said? He said, "I ain't fresh."
He's trying to be relatable. You can tell.
Well, guess what? You know where you're real relatable, Liam Cohen, in the unemployment line, son.
It's a locker room.
You're there in 18 months.
Yeah.
You're there. You keep collecting them checks while you can.
I think he'll be all right. He's an interesting.
What to do? What?
He's an interesting fellow.
What did he say? You tell me.
Top 5 interview ever, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah, guess what? That's not gonna fly.
Yeah. Like I said, the Buccaneers are.
But them boys get out. You know how the NFL goes. They don't like they coach. Them boys lay down.
Look at the division they're in. Though they're not in a great division. The Saints still don't have. The Saints still do not have a head coach.
No, it's because they hiring Buddy though. They hiring.
As we're speaking right now, they do not have a head coach.
They hiring Kellen Moore, bro. That's not fair.
Brother, it's February 5th.
And they won't
February 4th, and they don't have a coach.
They won't have a coach until February 9th. No, 10th. They won't have a coach February 10th.
That's a problem. So they Saints don't have a coach.
If my coach is coaching the Super Bowl, how is that a problem? I mean, it's just what it is.
Raheem Morris scares nobody. The Panthers don't have the best coach, so that division is his. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I think he did a lot better this year. But I don't.
This is his first year, bro.
He did better than who was that? Who was there before that? Wilkes?
No, bro. Frank Wilkes replaced Frank Wright, bro. I mean Wilkes replaced Matt Rule.
And then
they brought in Frank Wright.
Right.
That ain't work.
So that is a division that is still for the taking. That Jacksonville division is kind of locked up by Houston. So I think that was a much better opportunity.
Also, another team no one's talking about that ain't did nothing all year, and it's gonna be asses. Fuck again, the Indianapolis Colts. They're gonna be super ass. A 2-pack of ass.
I mean, how many years does a project take, brother? You know what I'm saying? That you got to turn that project in at some point.
Keep getting them extensions.
You know, you don't get multiple grade, like you don't go from 11th to 12th grade doing the same project.
He gonna come out there and throw a 70-yard bomb first week of the season. He bought 2 more years.
Yeah, like I said, if you don't get multiple years to turn in the project, you got to turn in that project at some point. They're way past the deadline to me. We've seen Jaden Daniels, we've seen C.J. Stroud, we've even seen Bo Nix. You know what I mean? So we're going on year 3 now. That's on the Colts. You take your losses, cut them.
I mean, why not let him get a super max deal like Trevor Lawrence?
And you see where that's gotten him.
They put his name on the stadium like he did something.
Yeah, it's a bunch of shit. Ben Johnson.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean,
it ain't gonna work. Let's go next.
Some organizations stay bad just because they're a bad organization.
I couldn't understand how you saw Ben Johnson call that reverse pass to the worst decision maker, not on the offense, but on the team. And I'm not talking about just football decision. Jameson Williams, shout out to my St. Louis brother, is the worst decision maker that gets a paycheck from the Detroit Lions right now.
He do what he need to do. He do exactly what he need to do.
Why would Ben Johnson say, you know what, this is the perfect time for Jameson Williams to throw his first pass since high school?
They were super, super, super desperate at that point.
It was only down like 14, bro.
But they also was not stopping them. They could not get us.
Jameson Williams.
It was a bad call.
He played quarterback in high school, bro. But
it was a bad call. I'm not going to tie his entire season to that one call, though.
I will, though, because when it's crunch down and when all the marbles is, what do? You shit on yourself.
His quarterback threw 4 picks, bro.
Now listen, that is all understandable. But you were still in the game. And you said, you know what? I get it. My quarterback has thrown 3 picks up until this point. He said, you know what? We was going to catch him off what nobody's expecting. My wide receiver to throw a pick right here.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I can't tie the whole season to that, brother. Yeah, it's a bad call in a big moment.
Cutting time.
It's a bad call in a big moment. Yes. Am I gonna?
What do you do when the lights are bright,
brother? There's not a bunch of great coaches just sitting out here.
I like to quote your boy, Donald J. Trump.
Oh no! We're not doing that. We're not quoting anything he's saying. There's no quotes from him.
What did he say? Get these lights out of here. They're too bright. Too bright.
Hey man. Donald.
I know you love the way I said that.
Nah, we're not doing Donald Trump quotes, man.
It's not even that we quoted him. It's the fact that I said it.
We're 1 month in. I don't want to quote anything from that guy. I mean,
unquotable right now.
He's easily the most unquotable guy right now. Like, you're not getting any. Probably just lost
Hey, I'm gonna just try to laugh my way through it, bro.
Oh my god, that's That's actually he's actually unpotable.
He's unbottomable, bro.
He's actually unpotable.
He'll put out of here, bro.
Man, get every wow.
We'll be shutting dance with his man.
Oh my god. Okay. No, we're not even. We're gonna do that one right there.
One more real quick. The only thing in life that I thank that man for is the way he got them folks riled up to storm the Capitol on January 6th, 2020. What was that, 2024?
That was that was 21. Yeah, that was 21.
Yeah, it was 21. In the midst of an international pandemic.
Yeah.
That was some of the craziest times of my life.
No comment, man. No.
Being in the news, like working in the news that day, dog, I was sitting there like, I'm like, yo.
And there's a lot of strong opinions about that one.
But I gotta thank him for that because that was unbelievably ridiculous.
I think that's probably an all-time moment.
It's like he had mind control over Debo. Like he was.
It's not like he had it. He still has it.
Like he was a remote control. Like he was first-person shooter for 60,000 characters. Like it was crazy.
We're not. This is not a political. This is not a political.
That's my fault.
Big Sunday coming up. Really quickly. Who do? We're not doing that, man. Eagles versus the Chiefs.
We got to get our demographic up, bro. We gotta appease all people.
That's going to bring it up, but it's also going to take it down. That's a different audience we're dealing
with. Would Mike say, "Hey, Republicans buy Jordan too"?
No, sir. I'm not doing that. Right. Eagles Chiefs, man. What is it?
Man, you know who his boy is, so I don't even know why we asking.
Who?
Your boy.
These are neither one of my guys.
No, but I'm saying the big man with the controller, first-person shooter. You know who his guy is, so I don't even know why we asking.
We talking about Pat Mahomes?
Yeah, dog. I think it's just inevitable, man. Now it hurts my heart to say this, and I think it's gonna be a great game. I think the Eagles gonna be right in it. I just think the Chiefs gonna get the ball last, bro, and you know what's gonna happen. And
the same story for the last 22 weeks.
And I don't think it's gonna be no controversial flag. Like I just think it's just gonna. I just think he's gonna make it happen, bro. That's his superpower, bro. Like his superpower is when it's when it's nut cutting time, he's not giving the ball to Xavier Worthy to throw a pass.
It's not even that. His superpower is his teammates not letting him down. Also,
but he just always make the simple play. You know what I'm saying?
We've seen the simple play get fumbled, get dropped. Yeah. It's not about the simple play. We've seen the simplest plays result in a turnover. A turnover in the simplest play.
Book and flash the Cabo.
We've seen a season end on a crossing route, brother. You know what I'm saying? No shade. Does this turn Pat Mahomes
crossers in a sprint outright?
Does this? Yeah, those are unforgettable. Does this make Patrick Mahomes the GOAT if he three-peats?
Doing things that have never been done. I mean, when the air gets that thin,
the air is thin, but you never beat the master.
And I like that, and I think that's the only thing keeping it. Like
I cannot.
Only thing keeping Tom alive. I know he's got 7, but if Pat goes to 4 in 8 years,
that's
the first ever three-peat in the history of the NFL or of the Super Bowl era. Again, I get it. You lost to the master twice. Once a championship game, once in the
AFC championship
in the bowl. You know, but it's just like, I mean, it's getting hard to fight off Mahomes, bro. Like if he goes,
he
goes three-peat.
Three-peat is crazy, 100%. The road is. I think we're just ready to cry. Like we like shiny new things, man. We live in a moment, you know. this is the GOAT now. This is, you know what I'm saying? You know, people was calling Kobe the GOAT. He's still playing. After ring 4 or 5, they call on, you know, LeBron. He's the GOAT. Like
no 5. It's just 4. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
Let's clear that
for LeBron. Yeah, but I said 5 for Kobe.
I feel you.
But you trying to bring? We're past that, bro. We're past that. You trying to restart that shit.
Make sure the air was clear.
Not worried about that, bro. 4 is great, but like he still has 7.
4 and 8.
4 and 8, yeah. I mean,
it took Tom 20 to get 7, bro.
Nobody else has 7.
It took Tom 15 to get 4.
Yeah. I think if we really talk about greatness, you know, going 10 years in between 2 Super Bowls is greatness.
Absolutely.
You won 2 in your 20s, you won 3 in your 30s, and you won 2 in your 40s.
Shit. I like all my cash in advance.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, but
right.
I think 4 is still too far away from 7.
With the 3-peat though?
The 3-peat is crazy. I think once he gets 5, I'm like, okay. 4 is too far away from 7.
That's where I'm at right now, though, bro. I'm at the okay. 4 is, bro. He's never not been in the AFC Championship game, bro.
He's had a hell of a start, truly.
And he's had it's already like, yes, like the foundation was already set and perfect.
100%.
All pros and Hall of Famers.
He's
mind, genius, and anything. Like the perfect setup, but you still got to execute, bro.
100%. But like I said earlier, his teammates don't let him down either.
They don't ever.
Right.
Last one to do was D4 and lined up off sides.
That wasn't even on offense, bro.
Exactly.
Like I don't know any big Travis Kelce fumbles. You know what I mean? I don't.
Chill out, bro. Please stop.
I'm not trying to put, like from receivers to tight ends to running backs. Like these guys just do what they need to do. Who was it last week? Damian Williams made the big catch on 3rd down.
Samaje Perine.
Samaje Perine. Yeah, Samaje Perine. On 3rd down, he's a 3rd or 4th string running back.
Bet the game.
We've seen starting running backs drop that on other teams. You know what I mean? Star players have dropped that on other teams.
Brother, please.
Or fumbled it.
You're twisting the knife right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like he's just his teammates don't let him down, unfortunately.
I think that's part of it though, man. It's just I think that's part of the superpower.
His superpower, if we're gonna be honest here, there's a little bit of luck in his superpower.
I mean, at this point, I can't call it luck, bro. If we see it every year,
I'm saying like it's not really luck because nigga, you get paid to hold on to the ball.
Proper preparation, bro.
You get paid for that. But like, also at the same time, we can't sit here and blame John Harbaugh for niggas dropping passes.
Oh, it's a lot of things I can blame John Harbaugh for.
But I'm just strictly talking about that though.
That could be a 12-hour pod.
I'm sure it can.
Including this newest discovery.
No.
Anyway.
But
are we going can we pod that real quick? Or are we gonna wait? We need more details.
Which is what?
The massage parlor.
We're not doing that tonight.
Patron.
We're not doing that tonight.
Massage parlor pedophile, like not pedophile.
We're not doing that tonight.
All right, let's move on.
This is Super Bowl weekend.
I'll flush out a name. It's gonna hit too. It's gonna be a little iteration in there, maybe.
All right, but we're not going there. So you like the Chiefs Sunday?
Unfortunately, you know what else? You know who else I really like? A guy you got a lot in common with, Saquon Barkley.
All right, bro.
I want him to win so bad.
Nah, man, that was a crazy introduction.
I love Saquon's game. You know,
I haven't seen him get stopped yet, but also the Chiefs have the best rushing defense in the entire NFL. I think it's a clash of.
It's the best, but it's close. And
I,
then
that,
again,
I think the whole season they didn't give up.
Mahomes
Like,
being on that other side too, that plays a factor in like can Saquon really get the ball?
yeah, I think the Chiefs
Time of
do.
possession and just the pressure that the
Chiefs
Chiefs.
control the game really well.
Yeah, bro.
I don't want Patrick Mahomes to win, and I just don't. And then I also don't want Jalen Hurts to win because he doesn't
That's
belong.
bad for your narrative.
He just doesn't belong in that atmosphere.
That's bad.
He doesn't.
Your Jalen Hurts win the Super Bowl. That's bad for your narrative.
That's terrible for what I've been preaching. So like this is my, this is not good.
Your potting license might be up for review if Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl.
It's not good for me either way. So whatever. Last thing,
narratives is going to die.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'll live with it.
What if Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl?
All right, bro.
After making it to the second Super Bowl in 4 years, after you said he couldn't even be a quarterback in the NFL.
All right. That's not what I said. I just said he don't.
What you were saying?
I just said he don't need to be mentioned with the gods.
It ain't even about that. When he was at Bama, you was.
I didn't say he didn't deserve to be a quarterback. He's still a good quarterback.
I think
not
you
a
had
great one
in that Jalen Milroe room.
He was way better than that running back.
You had him in the Milroe room.
He was way better than that running back. Last thing I wanted to talk about.
But no, so Jalen Hurts made it to his second Super Bowl. That's
not something I want to think about, bro.
What if he knocks off Pat to save the football universe from the flu, and he wins Super Bowl MVP? That's a win. That's a lot of wins, but that is a major loss for you. In your pocket presence quarterback narrative that you.
I just said he don't need to be mentioned with the gods, bro.
I mean, he's done more than Phillip Rivers ever could have dreamt of, and I know that hurts your soul.
We're not gonna sit here and do that, bro.
That hurts your soul.
Watch the game Sunday, man. How about that?
What if I told you Phillip Rivers couldn't hold Jalen Hurts' jockstrap?
That'd be disrespectful to the game of football.
You love a pocket passer, boy. I tell you that.
I love a quarterback that can throw. Yeah, I do. Sorry. Sorry.
See, look at that narrative slipping out.
I love a quarterback that can throw. Yeah.
You get in that Donald Trump bag. You start to really say what you mean.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? You're saying what you mean, not what you like. Because he started off, he say what he think people want him to say, and then he say what he really mean. Like
I say exactly what I feel.
See, it's different though.
Jalen Hurts is a good.
Telling what you feel and what you mean are different things.
Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. He's not a great.
You don't mean that though.
He's good.
You don't mean that.
There's a couple good quarterbacks
Are we talking like Larry Hughes good, or are we talking like Anthony Davis good? Like what good?
No, he's not Anthony Davis good. I'll tell you that.
So okay, I'll give you this. So are we talking Larry Hughes good, or are we talking ISO Joe good?
I mean, somewhere.
Say what you mean, not how you feel. What you mean.
He's my nigga. He's not. He's might be top 10.
Are you with bass in the voice on me too? That's
yeah. He might be number 11 or 12.
You got Herbo in front of him, huh?
There's probably 10 quarterbacks better than him. I think he threw for less than 3,000 yards this year. He had 18 touchdowns.
Shit, he had 18 rushing touchdowns too.
I don't
5 yards.
You had 18 rushing touchdowns and you didn't touch 750 rushing yards. Okay, cool. First of all, you're a touchdown stealer. Let's get that out the way.
There's hate in the atmosphere. What's going on in Boston right now? That's what I want to know.
Hey, man.
Specifically that room that you're sitting in. What's going on in there?
He's a good guy. He's a great guy.
Oh, when they leave with he's a great guy?
It's a great guy.
I know what it is.
It's nothing.
I know why you know. Y'all don't have much in common, if you know what I'm saying.
No, we're both great guys, actually. We're both strong black men
The guy I know,
that speak positivity to our black queens.
Oh, see, here we go.
All right, let's go, bro. No, bro, come on. No. Bro. We're past that. We're past that.
You did it.
We're past that, bro.
You did it.
Let's talk about our last topic. Let's talk about our last topic. Moving on, bro. Come on. We got to wrap this pod up, man. Let's go. Okay. The annual Grammys happened last night. Kendrick Lamar walked home with 5 awards for Not Like Us, a diss song towards Drake. Speculating that he, was a certain type of guy. Swept the Grammys.
Speculations.
We're talking about the Grammys right now.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for Kendrick Lamar. I think this probably makes Not Like Us. It's kind of hard not to say. It's probably the greatest diss song ever. As far as greatness goes,
most success.
I think that's greatness, though. Greatness is equated to success. I don't think it's the best diss song. I think
music is so objective, though. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different metrics that come with music.
Me personally, I think Euphoria was a better diss than Not Like Us, but I think Not Like Us is the better song because Euphoria is just bar after bar, jab after jab, knockout punch after knockout punch. But as far as everything about Not Like Us was perfect. The beat, the hook, the quotables, the parts that you could sing along. Like I said, I think that probably defines it as the greatest diss. I don't think it's the most impactful because Drake is still number 1 on Spotify and he's number 1 in Apple Music. You're not going to get rid of Drake that easy because he makes timeless music.
This nigga's like you.
I'm a big Drake fan. I have a very deep Drake bag.
You got a poster up on your wall?
No, I definitely don't have that. It's and no disrespect that anybody has a poster up of another man up on your wall.
If you're over the age of 14 and you got another man on your
it's a little bit.
You need to have a realization. Let's have a talk with your people. Let's have a talk with your people. Let your people know what they already know.
I do have a gripe though with one of the awards that Kendrick won. It might make me sound like a hater. I'm a huge Kendrick fan. He ended up though his final award of the night. He got Song of the Year, right? And another song that was up for Song of the Year, a bar song by Shaboozey, spent 19 weeks at number 1, tying the record all time for weeks at number 1 on Billboard.
Okay. How good he say? I see what's happening here.
Nothing's happening here. If we're gonna be honest, if we have honest opinions, how does a song spend 19 weeks at number 1? Right? All-time record, ties the all-time record. And it doesn't win Song of the Year at the Grammys. Like I said, I understand, all the other awards, Record of the Year, but Song of the Year, I think The Machine was at work last night. What's your take?
My take is you love you a good little country ballad.
I don't even listen to country music.
Yeah, but you love a country ballad.
I don't listen to country music. I spent some time in Nashville, if everybody didn't know. I did spend some time in Nashville.
You'll fake it till you make it.
I don't fake anything, brother.
Oh,
this was a song.
I love this song.
Never. This song tied the record all time. I'm talking above Michael Jackson, above the Beatles.
I know, brother. I think the only reason that Not Like Us won this song or won that specific award is just because of the absolute impact it had on the music world.
100%. And I agree with the impact, but
okay, perfect example, right? This was a horrible year to be a lot of different people, right? To be like outside of the moment because of just the spectacular thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether that be Josh Allen, like you had a great year, but you didn't have the best year as a team. You didn't have the
Mm-hmm.
best year as an individual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of those examples, and I just think Shabuzi kind of falls into that category. Was like Ashton Genty, spectacular year. Probably could have won the last 5 Heisman's, but because it happened to line up this year with one of the most impressive performances from a unprecedented athlete, you don't win the Heisman. I think Shabuzi just is another victim of wrong place, wrong time, bro. Like
It's
the impact that song had, bro, on the music. I mean, bro.
I understand. I was there for the moment.
Court proceedings that followed this song. Like,
I was there for the moment, and that song did get record of the year. I don't know the difference between record of the year and song of the year.
Yeah,
but
that's why I don't get too deep off of it.
I don't. But it's like that. There's no way that song.
It feels like you're giving out awards for the same shit every night, like all night long. That's what it feels like. Pop album of the year, pop song of the year, pop record of the year.
Yeah, duo of their performance.
Like, come on, gang. Like,
but I think that's like I think there's like really 2 awards that really matter more than anything. Obviously, album of the year and then song of the year. Shout out to Beyonce. That was her first album of the year win.
I need to ask.
And that I listened to Cowboy Carter.
Not music questions, so you go ahead and get yours off.
Yeah, I was Beyonce has classics. I love 4. I love Beyonce, and those don't have
titled, bro. You're so uncultured.
4 is my favorite album.
Yeah, but you talking about you love Beyonce like the album. It's self-titled.
No, the album Beyonce. Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying. What's wrong with that? Why can't I love that album?
It's not about the album. People they call it self-titled because it's like redundant to say Beyonce. Like the album.
Yeah. I'm not as much of a newer fan of her new stuff. Renaissance was
Sasha Fierce. That's that joint.
Sasha Fierce is great. And like I really love that Beyonce era. And Cal, I really respect her for trying out country music because like it's difficult to like switch a whole genre up.
Like Larry Bird said, I'm gonna play left-handed.
Yeah, that's difficult to do.
Make it fair on y'all boys.
For her to, I really think Metro and Future should have got album of the year. That's just the Atlanta in me, though, probably. But I also did think that's a
album of the year.
Yeah, that's a quality album to me.
He only got 1 Grammy, right? All these bangers, but he only got 1 Grammy, and it was the.
It was the joint with Kendrick. Oh.
No, I'm talking about
who?
Oh, he won an album. He won a Grammy for that one too.
It was the song, the one with J-Rock and Kendrick.
No, the one Future won the Grammy for was "Wait for You," Tim's and Drake.
Oh, he got more than one because he won. I can't remember the one with Kendrick. But Future wasn't actually up for album of the year. He was up for rap album of the year that went to Doechii.
I like her though. She be snapping.
I think she.
Hey,
she's good.
Snapping.
She's good, and I really did. I really did enjoy her performance. It's really been a hell of a year for TDE.
Like that.
All right, watch it, brother.
Yeah, I'm covered by the Holy Ghost, brother.
By
the Holy Ghost, brother.
Yeah, no, sure, me too.
Don't do that. Don't try to get in my covering.
Me too, man.
They get underneath my covering.
Do you think?
That is not true.
Yeah, it is. Do you think this is the biggest year that one artist, I'm not gonna say artist, but one rapper has had ever. You know, if we have that disc and then we tie in the Super Bowl performance, you walk home with 5 Grammys.
Because
I
what he
think
does say he hadn't dropped no music. Hell,
he dropped the album, but it wasn't up for Grammy. It's gonna be up for Grammys next year, and I would be surprised
I'm
if it
talking
didn't.
about before when he.
Oh no, he didn't.
Before the feature on Future's project.
No, just started with a verse, turned into a song, turned into another song. You know, walked home with 5 Grammys.
Took home at Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah, I just can't see I can't remember an artist that dominated the year like he did this year.
This was and I know Kendrick's technically a like mainstream rapper called Kendrick a bigger artist than Future, but this is a 2015 Future run. Like, but he don't even have that many projects that he put out.
Yeah,
but it's just like the impact, the feeling. That feeling.
I think 2015 Future run, and then I think it was a 2016 Drake run where he just went on a bunch of features, feature after feature, just feeding artists.
Yeah, he's not on this, brother. So that run's not on my list. I'm honest. We got different lists. That's cool. Yeah. We can have different lists. We can have different lists. That's cool.
We'll speak about that at another time. Is there anything else that you wanted to speak about? You know.
What am I now? 21 days out, no Ravens football. My heart still hurts. I'm doing better though.
I don't think you are.
Better space than I was.
You know, as a friend, I don't think you are, bro. You know, because like it pains you to even speak on it. You know, I imagine watching football is a little bit harder. You know, when you see people catching passes and holding on to the ball. You know,
it's like, wow, how simple could life be?
It really could be, but you know, you have to watch this guy run through the AFC one more time. One more time.
Should have been me.
It is. One more time before, you know, we start praying again that it's Lamar Jackson, or Josh Allen or somebody else. Our prayers are not working.
You ain't getting my prayers, brother.
Yeah, no, you're. If you guys haven't noticed, your prayers don't work against Patrick Mahomes.
I got prayers that's going to one man. That's it. Josh ain't getting my prayers.
How about you pray that your receivers catch that ball?
Bro, I'm praying that prayer. You know what I pray? That my kicker and my coach get the axe this year. See ya. Choppy. You covered this up.
One guy for sure needs to go.
It's a conspiracy. You've been covering this up. And y'all been playing in our face like y'all just these good Catholic men. Y'all ain't. Y'all exactly who we thought you were.
Nobody thought Justin Tucker was him. We're not going to talk about that. No. No. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to stop it right there.
We'll be looking at another 2 hours and 15 minutes.
We're going to stop it right there. We'll be back after Super Bowl Sunday. And I think depending on who wins, you know, we're either going to have a GOAT debate or we're going to have to put some people in uncomfortable places that we don't want to put
You're
them.
going to be the one uncomfortable, brother.
Yeah. So
you might do Jalen Hurts win the Super Bowl. You might have to do the whole podcast.
One thing about me, I always find a different angle for my agenda, brother. That's one thing about me. I know how to. I'm an agenda pusher. I don't deny it. And my agenda, one thing about agenda, you can always go back and tweak it. You know, you can tweak the details of whatever agenda that you're pushing to make it fit. I'll find something new that I didn't mention before.
You would say E does not equal MC squared.
Not in Jace's America. All right, hey, okay.
I told you.
Hey.
That's your guy.
Hey.
That's that Gwinnett County and you jumping out.
All right. I thank y'all for watching.
Well, he wanted a landslide in Gwinnett County.
That's it. No, we're not. We're not just saying we're not doing it.
Aren't you still registered to vote there?
Hey, like, comment, subscribe.
Tell us who you voted for in the comments.
I live in a blue state, brother.
That's semantics.
I live in a blue state.
You might as well live in Mississippi, brother.
No, we got to go. That is insane.
No,
living it, nah. Thank y'all for having us. We'll be back next week.
Or maybe not. Elon Musk might cut our internet off. We'll see what happens.
Elon, your boy, ain't he?
Nah, dog. I'll never buy.
All right.
That was good. No, we gonna stay right here.
No.
I'll never buy an electric car, bro. I'll have a motor in my car until the day I die. It could be 2105, and I'll have a motor in my car. How would we even say that? Golly, that's so far away.
Not
that year doesn't roll off the tongue.
Not in Jace's America, you won't.